Today, in honor of the Foundation Day of Danao City, we will be discussing about a family that is synonymous to the city itself, the Duranos. The Durano family has ruled the town of Danao City for almost a century now. And over the years, they have held the various positions of mayor, vice mayor, councilor, SK Federation president, representative of the district, and other positions, not just in Danao City, but in other towns in Cebu, but also in the provincial council. Now, while this family tree is a family tree of the Durano family, of course, we will also be discussing about two other families that are closely allied with the Duranos. We have the Almendras family and the Duterte family. Now, the Almendras family is of course, necessary to be discussed here because the more prominent members of the Almendras family, or those who are in politics today, all have Durano blood by virtue of the marriage of Paulo Almendras to Elisea Durano. Now, on the other hand, it is also important to note that all the political Duranos today in Cebu and all over the province of Cebu, as descended from Ramon Durano, all have Duterte blood because of Ramon Durano's marriage to Beatriz Duterte, who comes from the same line as current Philippine President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Now, let's begin with the earliest uh, recognized patriarch of the Duranos, Ramon Durano. Now, Ramon Durano is considered the patriarch of the Duranos, although it should be noted that he isn't the only Durano to have left descendants today. In fact, he had a brother, Mariano, and another brother by the name of Antonio, and an uncle, Fausto, who all have descendants today. But the more recognized political father of the Duranos is Ramon because of his very long career as mayor and later as representative of his district. Let us begin the story with Ramon Durano's father, Demetrio Tan Durano. Now, Demetrio and his brother Fausto are the farthest traceable Duranos of the now. And while we know their middle name, which is Tan, research has not yet yielded so far the names of their parents. Now, Demetrio was appointed as juez de paz during the last years of Spanish rule in the Philippines, which would place the Durano family among the principales of Danao City. Demetrio married Bibiana Mercado. Bibiana was from a family in Zapatera, Cebu, and the Mercados were actually one of the more prominent families in the late Spanish period in the Philippines. It is also interesting to note that Bibiana's family claimed to be related with Jose Rizal, simply because the father's side of Jose Rizal used to carry Mercado as their last name, and that became the basis for Bibiana's family for a relationship with the Mercados of Laguna. Now, research has not shown any connection between the two, and it is pretty highly likely that the family of Bibiana simply concluded that they were related to Jose Rizal because of a similar last name. At least seven children were born from the marriage of Demetrio and Bibiana. As earlier mentioned, we had Elisea, Mariano, Dalmacia, Antonio, Crispina, Eutychia, and of course, Ramon Durano. Now, Elisea Durano married one of the most prominent men in Danao at that time, Paulo Almendras. Paulo Almendras came from a very prominent old family of Danao, and he became the municipal president of the town. Now, at least three of his sons have become prominent in Cebu history. We have Josefino Almendras, who married Rosita Di Mataga. Rosita Di Mataga was the sister of Leonila Di Mataga, the wife of former President Carlos P. Garcia. So that would make Paulo Almendras and Elisea Durano the parents-in-law of a Philippine president. Now, a son of Josefino and Rosita was Jose Rene Almendras, who served as a cabinet secretary under the presidency of Benigno Aquino III, while Jose Rene's sister, Agnes, was elected first as board member of the province of Cebu and later as vice governor of the province of Cebu. Uh, she ran in 2019 as governor of Cebu against Gwendolyn Garcia. Unfortunately, she did not win and has retired from politics since. Now, her son, Miguel Antonio Magpale, currently sits as a provincial board member of Cebu, while her daughter, Ina Magpale Asirit, sits as one of the commissioners of the Energy Regulatory Board. A brother of Josefino was Alejandro Almendras, who served as a senator of the Philippines, and he later on established his influence in Davao, where he was instrumental in the election of President Duterte's father, Vicente Duterte, as governor of the formerly unified Davao province. And later on, Alejandro Almendras would also uh, encourage Rodrigo Duterte to run and later win as mayor of Davao City. Another brother was Prisciliano Almendras, who served one term as vice governor of the province of Cebu. Elisea's brother, Ramon Durano, as earlier mentioned, is the recognized patriarch of the Durano clan of Danao City. His marriage to Beatriz Duterte produced several sons and daughters. Now, Beatriz Duterte herself, coming from a political family, would be elected later as mayor of Danao City as well. Now, one of the sons of Ramon Durano Sr. was Ramon Durano III, who has served not just as mayor of Danao City, but as a representative of their district. At least four of his children have been active in politics at one point or another. We have Joseph Felix Marie Durano, more known as Ace Durano, who served as a congressman of their district and later as a secretary of the Department of Tourism under President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Another brother is known as Thomas Mark Durano, who currently sits as vice mayor of the city of Danao. Another brother is Ramon Red Durano VI, who also served as a representative of their district. Now, they had one sister, Carmen Remedios Durano Meca, who sat as an ex officio member of the Provincial Board of Cebu by virtue of her position as president of the Councilors League of Cebu Province. Another son of Don Ramon Durano is Mayor Ramon Durano Jr. Now, he currently sits as mayor of Danao, and one of his sons, Ramon Durano IV, also used to hold the position of vice mayor of Danao City. A daughter of Ramon and Beatriz Duterte, Durano, is Rosemary Durano. Rosemary Durano married Celestino Cebico Jr., who was later elected as congressman of his district. One of their children is Jude Thaddeus Cebico, who once sat as a provincial board member of the province of Cebu. Another daughter of Ramon and Beatriz is Beatriz Durano II. Now, Beatriz Durano II married Emerito Calderon. Now, Emerito Calderon, who also served as mayor and vice mayor of Sambuan, Cebu, was later elected a congressman of his district. Now, he has at least three children who have been active in politics at one point or another. One son is Peter John Calderon, who currently sits as a congressman in his district. We have Raymond Joseph Calderon, who has served as mayor and vice mayor of Sambuan, Cebu, and another brother by the name of Emerito Calderon Jr., who currently sits as vice mayor of Sambuan. Now, Emerito Calderon Jr.'s daughter, Bea Mercede Calderon, was a former Sangguniang Kabataan Federation president in the province of Cebu, which also earned her a seat in the provincial council. Another son of Ramon Durano Sr. was Thaddeus Durano. Now, Thaddeus Durano would later run and win as mayor of Sogod, Cebu. Now, aside from Beatriz Durano, who cultivated her legacy and her influence in Sambuan, Thaddeus also went outside of the Danao city and settled in Sogod, where after his term as mayor, his own daughter, Lisa Marie, known more as Munyin Durano, has also served first as mayor and then later as vice mayor, which she currently holds of Sogod. Her husband, Richard B. Strigan, is the current mayor of Sogod, but Richard Strigan also held the position of vice mayor when Mayor Lisa Marie Durano served as the mayor of the town of Sogod. And finally, another brother is Mayor Jesus Durano. So that's our brief discussion about the Durano family of Danao City. As we have seen, there are now more than four generations in the Durano clan that have been active in not just Cebuano politics, but actually Philippine politics. We hope to expand this more in the future. But for the meantime, I hope that you enjoyed this brief presentation. And if you have questions or comments, please don't hesitate to put them down under this video. Thank you for watching and hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.